Hello creatives, welcome to Artist Star. My name is Beth and I am at the gallery today for the Zodiac series. This reading is for Leo, whose correlating major arcana card is the Strength card. This is the Artist card representing you as the open vessel, ready to receive whatever source can pull from the well of infinite creativity. So this is another new spread. It is another one of mine. I call it Awakening Essential Energy. So in this first row here with the archetype cards, it is where would I find this essential energy at this time? Here with the creative or the creativity oracle, this is how best should I nudge this energy awake? And down here with the Soul's Journey lesson cards is what about this energy needs to be explored in depth. And then we have a pile over here of how else will Source guide me to stay in my creative power through this awakening. These are the Cards of Truth cards. They're going to give us direction. And then we have the Lenormand cards, and those are just for more clarity. So let's start with the Archetype card and see what we got for Leo. We got the Slave card. So the light attributes are surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. The shadow attribute, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Interesting. Yeah, I could see where you could become a slave to that if you didn't have that courage to trust. All right, so let's look and see what we got for a directional card. From the Cards of Truth, we got the Three of Spades. Interesting card because this is the True Grit card. This is a test for you to dig deep and find your merit, your strength, your stamina. This is you being ready for this test. It is in reverse, so this might be coming a little sideways at you, and maybe you weren't really expecting it, but you got the Star card, which is fabulous because the Star card is all about that success in view. So a lot of strength here for you, Leo, literally. Being able to put that trust into the divine. Just surrendering that the divine has your best interest at heart and that you can do this. Make your own choices because it would appear that you have one coming. Like I said, this is the true test, true grit, or a test to find your true grit. It is in reverse, which means that you may not really understand where or how this is going to be coming from. But it is about finding remedies and cures. This is about having an opportunity to step toward betterment for yourself because the threes are about letting go. And consequently, it is the Strength card in the Cards of Truth. It reflects the strength because it's in the third position. It is Mars energy. Very, very nice. So yeah, you've got something coming, something to take a look at. So this is where your essential energy is at this time that needs and is ready to be awakened so that you can use it, so you can channel it into your own creative process here. Another little piece of the nugget for you, piece of the puzzle, juicy nugget. And you've got success in sight with that Star card, so that's very nice. Well, maybe we can see in this next row what it is about making your own choices and if you have any fear around that. So it's asking you really to just take another closer look, sit down with it. You know, I've been saying quite often in these readings to just take some time, you know, go have a cup of tea and mull it over, you know, make a list, pros and cons, whatever it is that you're feeling out of control or not having the power to make your own choices. What's that about? Because that is what this slave card is suggesting, that there might be some energy there that is perfect for whatever it is that you're creating at this time. So, yeah, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices, or letting go and trusting in the divine, that she's got your back. So a little exploration around that, because the threes are also about elimination, and it's just elimination for your own betterment. And this is something that's going to be healthy for you mentally and or physically, the remedy for whatever it is that's holding you back. Very interesting. All right, let's look at the second row, and how best should you nudge this energy awake? Wakey, wakey. Oh, courage. How about that, Leo? You are the source of courage. All right, have the courage to see the lessons in all situations and face them constructively. Ew, okay. So, constructive. Taking second looks at, it's in the courage of having the ability to look deeper around these situations. All right. Well, let's get some direction here. Popularity card, the 10 of Hearts in the upright. So, well, you've got some really nice energy on your side, some very supportive, grounded, emotional stability. Friends, your entourage, your peeps, your community are there for you. So what would be the task? This true test. Being in reverse, it could be that you are just being asked to look at what needs to happen next to give yourself more empowerment around making choices. You know, what to keep working on and what's basically done. And now you just got to trust. It's so hard sometimes to do that. So maybe that's what it is, that's in reverse because you're not quite willing to trust. So your big test, Leo, is just that. Finding that courage to trust. Oh, okay. All right, let's see. For clarity. Ooh, the sun. Very nice. Oh, it's such an abundance of energy, the sun card. Ooh, you are so going to have that fullness. It's just going to bring it really, really lovely. Oh, just so pregnant with it, if you will. Beautiful. What a wealth of energy. Beautiful energy. Oh, I love the 10 of Hearts because the 10, the reds are that Wheel of Fortune energy, and it's the time that that wheel gets turned, and this is about for every effort For every effort that you put in, Source is going to give back in reward. That is the whole thing about the 10. It's the ecliptic card. It is the path card. It is you being on this beautiful path of popularity, not just with your peeps and all of that, but, excuse me, dry throat, but also with Source, right? And feeling that beautiful groundedness of knowing that you are on the right path. Yeah, all you got to do is trust. Easier said than done. I'll bet you can do it. So the third row, what about this energy needs to be explored in depth? Ooh, worry. It's really not an easy thing to do. To know when to stop and know when to let the divine take over. But it says, I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. You can just do what you can do, and then you got to hand it over to Source. Okay, so let's look at this one. 6 of Diamonds, lovely card to get here. And we got the ship. So it's going to be a little bit of work. You can see it's in reverse, so this suggests that your ship's not quite ready to come in, but it is promising success. It's all in that finding the sweet spot of letting go and letting Source. It's so hard to give over control and just send it out there and wait for it to come back to you. But it promises it will. And the 6 of Diamonds is just a lovely, lovely card to get here. It is the Devil energy, so it is you once again finding that give and take. What works, what doesn't work, what is healthy, what is unhealthy, letting go of that need to hang on too tightly and release it. Yeah, that I think is probably a really, well, for one thing, it's difficult for a fixed sign to do. And yes, and you are a fixed sign. But that being said, you will find a way, because you are not the kind of person, being a Leo, to allow anything to really hold you back. You have the courage, you have the strength to see this. You just needed to be aware of it, of this little bit, to learn how to completely trust the divine. One of the hardest things to do. But the 6 of Diamonds is also that Venus energy, because it's in the 6th place. And that is all about finding the beauty in things, the satisfaction, the fulfillment. Diamonds are all about your skills, your talents. And it's a very, very intuitive and psychic card, very clear-sighted. You've got lots of rewards happening for you here. This is the being able to do it card, right? It is all of the good stuff is right there for you. And it's validation for effort, validation from without. So it's not, you do need to look within in order to figure out how to let go that little bit more and trust, but it is also finding that balance of having that outside validation around your popularity and your support, your fulfillment, your happiness in life, and to understand that worry is part of this. So if you can let go of the worry and trust in the divine, having the courage to, as it says, have the courage to see the lessons in all situations and face them constructively. But that can also mean with a light hand. It doesn't mean to hang on to it until you submit, dominate it. So, but you do need to figure out that willpower and the authority around making your own choices. That's really part of the big one. Because it may seem like you are making all your own choices and trusting, but I think if you take a really deeper look, you are going to find something which is going to be paramount to tapping into this abundance of energy for you. All right, so let's move on to see what source would guide you to stay in your creative power through this awakening. So first I pulled a card from Pema Chodron's Tonglen practice cards. They are lessons here for life. So this one is number 20. Of the two witnesses, hold the principal one. So the commentary on this is the two witnesses of what you do are others and yourself. Of these two, you are the only one who really knows exactly what is going on. So work with seeing yourself with compassion, but without any self-deception. Oh, that really does sing to this reading, doesn't it? And then one from the Wishcraft and blowing bubbles there. It says, bubble power. My wishes float easily out into the world. Well, you should go out and buy yourself a bottle of bubbles, because that you can just blow your bubbles and send them off to the divine. Very nice. And for Chin-Tung, fortune-telling sticks, it is guard your feelings well and show little emotion. Very interesting. While you sort this through, keep it close to your chest. And you will get there from here. Oh, can't wait to hear what you're tapping into for that energy and where you're putting it to good use. Because this is a very creative and lush, juicy amount of energy that you have here, ready to be tapped into. Best of luck figuring out that 3 of Spades, that strength card, that true grit, because this is really a test that you are being brought to the attention of, because you may have felt that you had this all in hand and working it through with courage and constructively. But whatever is worrying you about that, whatever is that inkling, that little bit that you can just feel when you're thinking about it, that it's off a bit. It's off a bit. And this is your test. This is your true grit. You'll find it, the merit. It's the strength card. You've got way big success right here with the star and the sun. It's going to take a little bit, but that's okay. It's the journey, isn't it? And you can pick up all of those great nuggets along the way. All right. Well, I hope this resonates, and I hope you find that abundance. And as always, if you want to hear another next month, go ahead and hit the subscribe and you'll be notified. And until then, happy creating.